Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is our Friday edition, and today I thought I would share with you some of the shawls that I wear in the winter time. I have a lot of shawls that are fingering weight that I wear throughout the year, but I have some shawls that I specifically wear in the winter time because they are heavier or they are denser fabric. Where I do know the pattern, I will tell you what they are. So let's get started and I'll show them to you. The first one is knitted. It is called On the Spice Market. It is by Melanie Berg. It is a paid for pattern. It is pretty large, so you can see it like this. And I'll move this up close so you can see it. This yarn was, I believe, chroma. I think it was, I got it from a yarn shop. This was actually one skein of yarn and I cut it apart where the color changes were, and then I used those parts for doing this section here too. This is a lot of slipped stitches that create this. So I'll put it on so you can see how big this is, but it is a very dense yarn. And I think the gray yarn for this was Ella Ray. So there it is, and it hangs down. It hangs down about midway down my back, right about to the top of my waist. So this is the first one, and it's very soft. The next one is a crochet shawl, and I have shown this actually just recently, I think, because I was wearing it for something. This is the Virus Meets Granny, or Granny Meets Virus. I always get it backwards. It is a free pattern, and the yarn for this was Ancient Fiber Arts, but the gray and the cranberry were also, I believe, Ella Ray. And it is a very large shawl. I don't know if I can even get it all the way in the camera, but it wraps around really nice on my arms, and it actually hangs down to the bottom of my hips. So like I said, I don't think I can even get it in the camera in the width of my room that I'm in to show it to you. But yeah, this one is very, very cozy. Next I have a short, it's a little shoulder shawl. I don't remember where I got the pattern for this. I do remember it was a free pattern. This is knitted. It's kind of with a chunky yarn. So you can see what it looks like here. It kind of looks like it's some dropped stitches that create this. And then it has kind of a round, almost like an I-cord edge at the top and the bottom, and it has a button in the front. Now this is more of a shoulder shawl. It does not go down very far, and that's the shape it is. You could technically, I guess, do this with it, but it's really not long enough to go around that way. How I have worn it is over the shoulders like this, and then the button goes like this. I've worn it this way, and I've also turned it sideways like this and put the button at the shoulder. And like I said, I don't remember the name of this pattern. And this is a worsted weight, I believe, maybe a little heavier than a worsted, might be an Aran weight shawl. So we have that one. This one is knitted, and this I did as a test pattern for Mina Phillips of, if you watch the Knitting Expat, she's an English lady, and this was a test knit for her. It's called the Snuggly Wuggly shawl, and this is very, very heavy. It does have a cabled pattern that runs up the front of it or be the center. So in some ways this is kind of a Faroese style shawl because of the center panel here. But you held yarn double so that when you got to these sections, like here it's one single skein. I think I held double here too, so that you interchange, so it's extra thick. So it's almost a bulky weight by the time you come through. So this is two colors held together. This is a single color. This is two colors held together, and then this is a single. So I think this is a single too. And then it had an I-cord edge at the top. And the bottom of it has kind of a ribbed edge followed by an I-cord edge. So, and this one is, it's very warm because there's a lot of double yarn in this. It's also a nice substantial, the name says it all, it's Snuggly Wuggly. So that's what it looks like on, and it comes right about to my mid hip in the back. So it is a good sized shawl. The last two shawls I have, this one is called Shades of Wicklow, and I did this as a knit along at my local yarn shop years ago. This is done with Ella Ray Cozy Soft, I believe. It is like a worsted weight or more yarn, I don't really remember, but it starts like this. It's kind of crescent shaped, and you stripe it, and then it moves into some more striping, and then it has a texture here, and then it finishes with this knitted eyelet and a picot edge. And this is more of a shawlette. It's not real long, it's more like just for your shoulders. And it was, I believe, a paid for pattern. And again, it is called Shades of Wicklow. I think Wicklow is a mountain or something. Something like that. I don't remember the story behind it, but it was called Shades of Wicklow. So there's that one. And this one is small enough that you also could wear it, because it's not as deep, you can wear this around your neck like that as well. So it's nice and cozy up on your neck. The last one I have was actually made from a yarn advent calendar. I based this on the Brighten My Day shawl. But what this is, let me hold this up close. The black is Knit Picks palette yarn, and then the yarn colors in between are from the advent calendar. So what I did is I took, like, I had 1 through 25 colors, and these were given to me by Yoka Sherman Nagel. She has a YouTube channel. I will put a link to that down below in the description box. She is Dutch. She lives in Holland, and she and I exchanged yarn advent calendars. We put them together for each other and sent them a few years ago. And so that is what this yarn is. And what I did is I took days 1 through, I think day 25 was a full skein of yarn that I made a cowl with. So days 1 through 24, I actually, or 1 through 23, I actually split the skein in half. I think they were 5 gram or 10 gram skeins, I forget what. But I split them in half, and then day 24, I kept the same. And then I started at one end. So this is day 1 right here, and it goes over to here where you see the color change, and then day 2, and like I said, this is half of the skein. So by the time I went all the way up to day 23, we are right here. Day 24, I kept one skein and did the center, and then I started back down again with day 23, day 22, and that's when I used the other half of that skein. So by the time I finished, I had a completely matched on each side shawl. And this is very big. I actually intentionally shrunk this So it's a little denser than it used to be, to make it even more solid, but it was so large that I actually shrunk it to fit even better. So here it is in the front, and it literally, when I put it on, it hangs down, the tails of it hang down below my knees. And then when I turn around here, the back actually comes below my hips. So this is a very large shawl, but because it's a nice dense fabric, it's also a very warm shawl that I enjoy wearing. So yeah, and it's one every time I wear it, I think of my friend Yoka. So yeah, it was something fun to do with some advent calendar yarn. And when I put this on, you can see that the colors all match up because of the way I split the skeins. So there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this video, just to see what my winter shawls look like. And make sure you stay tuned tomorrow to see what I've been up to and to check out our show and tell for the week. If you haven't already, please click that little subscribe button down below, because every time we get 100 new subscribers, we do a yarn giveaway. We are more than halfway there. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last week, so check that out. And if you would like to see some other videos that I have put out, there's going to be some links right here. You can click on those, and those will take you to some other fun videos and playlists. So thanks again for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye everybody.